Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and just wanted to kind of give you guys an update and do a little chat and get ready for the upcoming events. Bison Workshop has become digital, as everybody can see behind me here. Got my logo on my screen, and I just got finished. I tried using Wi-Fi, and this shop is really hard to get Wi-Fi through these walls because it's all aluminum, and it's just terrible. I mean, I'm only 12 feet from the router and the Wi-Fi router, but it just won't make it out of this shop. So I went and ordered a 100-foot Ethernet cable, and it seems to be working okay to get me internet out here. So we're going to give that a shot. I just ran it and thought I'd do a video. I know one thing. I'm going to have to move this thing here because it's in my way. Put this in here. Alright, now I got some room here to put my coffee. Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody that subscribed to me, and let everybody know how much I appreciate you guys sticking with me as long as you have. Apparently I must be doing something right. I'm up to 313 subs and 61,000 views. Bison is getting its first paycheck from Google. So we're getting somewhere. Speaking of the pay, it ain't much, but it's something. When you guys watch our videos, and this is for anybody, not just me, I wanted to kind of go over how the YouTube creator gets paid when you watch their videos. When you watch a video and an ad comes up, if you skip the ad, we get nothing. I know that they're aggravating to watch. They aggravate me too, and I've been known to skip them too, but I don't anymore, simply because now I know the routine. If you don't like the ads, which I'm sure you don't, and I understand that, just when you start the video and the ad pops up, use the bathroom, get you a cup of coffee, and just wait, let it play through. And when you hear my beginning intro come on, come back into the room and start watching the video. It's not a great solution, but it's the best solution that we creators can come up with. We understand that they're aggravating, but we get a couple cents off of that every time you guys view or let that play through all the way. We're not saying you have to click on them. If you click on them, that means more for us. But I'm not going to press anybody to do something that I wouldn't want to do myself. Because once you click on an ad, you're pretty much into bed with them people. They don't stop hassling you. And it would be greatly appreciated if you guys would just let them play through for all your creators that you're subscribed to. Not just me, everybody. Upcoming events. I just uploaded a temporary video on a vacuum leak that I had on my truck. Now, if everybody remembers, I just replaced the rear end. I just replaced the parking brake cable. I just fixed the vacuum leak. I just replaced the battery. And the list goes on. I just put a battery tender in it, and it's working great. When I get in there, it half a crank, and it's running. But I've developed another leak, vacuum leak, and I posted a video on what it was doing, and just to give you a refresher, I'll put it up right now. Now it's where it's supposed to be. See? Well, daggone, what took you guys so long? I've been sitting here waiting all this time, waiting for you guys to come back. I appreciate if y'all watch that a little faster. Anyway, so now we've got to deal with that. I found the problem, and what it's doing, it's leaking where the intake mounts to the head on the passenger side. Now, I can go out there and try retorquing them at 30 foot-pounds, and yes, it might be a temporary fix, but I'm not a temporary fix kind of guy. When I do a job, I want to do it once, and I don't want to do it again. It's bad enough that I just put this intake on that motor 4 years ago. 2013, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, and I've never had this problem before. Every motor I've ever built never had that problem. So I don't know if it's just because I'm leaving it set for so long and the gaskets are been treated wrong. I don't know. Like I said before in one of my other videos, keeping your truck running, or your vehicle, period, you keep them running, you keep them exercised. It's just like your body. If body at rest stays at rest. It's the best way I can put it. So we've got an upcoming video coming up for that. We know that I'm going to be doing a visor sometime this summer, but in the immediate, we're going to do the intake, and I'm going to show you my way of doing an intake gasket. So we're going to have to pull the intake off of it, and while I'm at it, I wanted to ask the question also. I noticed that when I went to order a gasket set for it, you have two options. You have a valley pan gasket set, and you have a gasket set without the valley pan. Now, I've had several 460 motors, and I've had them with and I've had them without. I don't know if it's an option or if it came with a valley pan, it has to have the valley pan. I'm pretty certain that you can do with or without, but just in case I'm wrong, I went ahead and ordered the valley pan gasket. So it was a little more money. I didn't want to have to pay it, but you got to do what you got to do. Just give me your input on that, what you think. I believe that I could do it either way. I've been known to be wrong before. back to the computer. I went ahead and mounted them to the ceiling here, upside down, and had to reverse the monitors on the stands. And I put it together and I had that monitor on that side, which I wanted it that way to begin with. And when I went to move my mouse, I had to move the mouse off of this one, off that side, to come in on this side of that monitor. So it's kind of backwards. I should be able to move my mouse across both of them, and it wasn't that way. Yes, I could have switched the cord around on the video card. The problem with that is, one is VGA and the other one's the DPI, the big plug. So you can't switch them unless you have an adapter, and I didn't have an adapter, so I ended up having to move them. And I wanted this one over here simply because it does this. And it being over here, I could have turned it if I wanted to watch it from in that direction. But this one doesn't do that. It's pretty solid. Wherever you mount it, to where it's at. The computer is not the best computer in the world. It needs upgraded. If anybody's got any motherboards they want to get rid of, get with me. We'll do some trading. I'd like to try to find a motherboard that is DDR3 or better. If somebody out there has a motherboard laying around, if they're like me, they have a lot of parts laying around for computers, and if you've got one, get with me, message me, and we'll do some trading. I've got a lot of stuff for a computer, even tools, whatever. I'm sure I can find something that would appeal to you. Now, as far as the shop scores, really ain't a whole lot of scores. I did get some inserts for my I think they're called clip rings. I can't remember those to save my life. There's one laying here on the floor I could show you if I could find it. That was all bent out of shape. Where did it go? Well, it made a liar out of me. Yeah, I can't never remember the name of these things, but that's the clip, and it's deformed because every one of my tips were broke, so I had to take a screwdriver and break that loose. I mean, I could probably bend them straight, but I can't stand these clips. I hate them for that very reason. You never have the tool to take them off, and all my tips were broke, so I got those. And we finally got a way to clean our hands. I got a hand cleaner dispenser, and I've been needing one for a long time. I had one when I moved from West Virginia, but I left in such a disarray that I basically had to get rid of a lot of stuff. When we moved here, we were basically starting over. So, you know, with that said, Bison Workshop's come a long way in the 2 years that I've been here. So, I think that pretty much sums everything up. Oh, got one more project going to be coming up, and I got to finish the trailer. I haven't finished it yet. I still got the parts laying there by the door waiting to go out the door to put on the trailer, which is the tongue or the hitch for the tongue, and the spring mounts or spring hangers, and wired up. I got the lights for them somewhere here. We haven't finished that yet. I got the lawnmower that I got, which is in pretty bad shape. I'm hoping that when I get into it, I don't find a whole lot that can't be fixed. The deck is my biggest concern. It's got a Kohler motor on it, so that's a good thing. I've always thought that Kohler was the better motor. Briggs & Stratton, I ain't taking nothing from Briggs & Stratton. I've always been a firm believer in Briggs & Stratton. Now when you get the Tecumseh, you couldn't give me a Tecumseh motor. I think the Tecumseh motors are the biggest piece of crap that ever fell on this earth. And I'll tell you why. Every single Tecumseh Indian head motor that I've ever had a hole in the block where the piston went out the side of the block, or the rod. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in a Tecumseh motor. So on the intake, the way I found it is I used starter fluid. I tried WD-40. I sprayed all around that intake. Nothing happened. So apparently WD-40 is not flammable enough anymore to do the test that we mechanics used to be able to do. So they've changed the formula somehow, I guess, to make it so it's not so flammable. Probably because of these idiots that take their lighter and spray it. There's another prime example of people who do wrong ruin things for other people. So I think we're going to call this a wrap, and just basically wanted to let you guys know that things are going to look up, we hope, and you guys have a good one. Later.